Okay, welcome to Queen Technique. If this is your first time here on this channel, I just want to say thank you for stopping by. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. And I just want to say that this is a channel that pretty much shares information with you with regards to AI tools, cybersecurity, security plus, and just different technology tools, just overall. I'm someone that loves technology, and today I just want to share three top ways to keep yourself safe online. And pretty much one way for you to stay safe online is by beefing up your passwords on all of your accounts. So oftentimes people may keep the same password like forever, which is not a good practice. So, this is a new year, this is a new you. So, you pretty much want to make sure that you go ahead and you change your password on all of your accounts. And one way to do that is just change one password for an account, one per day. Let's put it into bite sizes. And when you are creating those passwords, please do not recycle and reuse the passwords, but use different passwords for every single last one of your online accounts. And you want to make sure that you use a combination of letters, numbers, uppercase and lowercase um, letters, and then also you want to use symbols. And I would recommend 12 to 13 characters. You can use even more in some cases, but you definitely don't want to have a short password like 5 characters long. That is not something that you want to do. And in some cases, some sites will require you to have a particular certain length, but I will recommend 12 or 13. And these are just suggestions. But one way for you to create passwords that you may be able to be more readily able to remember is to use passphrases. So let's just say that you use the phrase, I love ice cream with sprinkles in 2024. So what you could do is you could take that sentence and then you can take the first letter of each one of those words, and then you can decide which one of those letters will end up being uppercase, lowercase, and where you're going to put your symbol. Like, let's just say that you used a $sign, or you use another symbol such as the exclamation point. So what you could do is make the I capitalize in that particular phrase. You can also make the love, the L capitalize, and then the I lowercase for ice cream, and then you can use the C lowercase for cream. So pretty much, I wrote it out here. So just as an example, I said capital I, capital L, lowercase I, capital C, lowercase w, lowercase s. Then you have your exclamation point, and then 2025. So that would mirror I love ice cream with sprinkles in 2025. And that is a way to help you remember what that passphrase is. However, you can also use a password manager as well to generate and securely store your strong, unique passwords for each one of your accounts. But again, most importantly, to strengthen your account, you never want to recycle or reuse passwords on multiple sites, and you want to make sure you have a mixture of uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols. Another thing to secure your accounts is to use multi authentication. Okay, so multi-factor authentication will make sure that you have to verify who you say you are more than one time. And what I recommend is that you use a multi-factor authentication app, so that way when you're logging in, that number constantly changes, and there are only so many seconds that you can use to type in that actual passcode in order to get into that given account. So whenever multi-factor authentication is available, you always want to enable that. Okay. And some people use it with regards to receiving a text, but I would recommend that you use multi-factor authentication by asking for you to provide it with a particular code from a multi-factor authentication app, or you can verify through email, etc. And pretty much you regularly want to review and update your passwords. And what I recommend is that you change your passwords every 30 days, but if that's a bit overwhelming, at least every 90 days. Okay, and definitely you want to change them. If you're not doing monthly or quarterly, you want to do it halfway through the year. Okay, and another way for you to keep yourself safe and online is to avoid being duped by different scams online. First and foremost, a lot of times hackers will create a sense of urgency. And so you just want to take a moment, breathe, think about what it is that you're reading before you respond. And when I say before you respond, meaning you respond by not responding at all, by not clicking on any of the links, but you respond by reading and thinking logically about things and saying, like, hey, this doesn't quite look right. This doesn't seem right. So you never want to share any personal information, whether it's through text, email, it doesn't matter what the method. And even if someone was to call you, you never want to share any personal information. So I know recently I saw a news story where a lady, elderly lady, so it just really hurts my heart, ended up being out of $90,000. And it's really crazy because she thought that she needed to send this money, and really she has no recourse of getting that money back, because oftentimes police can't do anything. They can't find these individuals, and oftentimes whatever IP addresses are not the correct IP addresses, it's scrambled, etc. So if you ever receive a text, I know a popular one that goes out is saying, hey, you received a package and we were unable to deliver it to you. It's at the post office and we need you to click on this link so that we can get your package to you. The post office will never send you a text like that. So what typically happens is that they will leave a notice on your actual door saying, hey, you need to come to the post office if for some reason they were unable to deliver it because they needed a signature, just as an example. And then oftentimes if we just take a moment, have you even ordered anything? Have you ordered something recently, and where was it coming from? So, or did someone call and tell you that a package was going to be coming to you? And so that should be a telltale sign. And that's what I mean by taking a moment to breathe and just sort of just like think and say, okay, is there any type of action that needs to be taken, or no, there's no action that needs to be taken? And do I need to call and see if such and such sent a particular package? Did they have the right address? Did they not have the right address? That is the only type of action where you're actually speaking to someone that you know and that you trust, but you're not actually speaking to someone over the phone that you don't know, and you're not giving out any personal information. And so I'm not sure if you realize this or not, but banks will not insure your money if you voluntarily give your information out over the phone, via text, or anything like that. They're not going to help you recover that money, and it's just going to end up being a loss for you, unfortunately. So please be vigilant about taking your time and breathing and really thinking things through logically. So not only do you not want to click on any links in text or emails, but you don't want to download any attachments from unknown or untrusted sources. And pretty much you want to avoid sharing personal information on any websites that are not secure. And so oftentimes you will know if you look in the bar where you type in the URL address, it will have a padlock or it will say HTTPS, and that lets you know that you're on a secure website. So you want to steer clear of any websites that are not secure, and you never want to share any information, personal information, on any websites that are not secure. So those are all the ways that you can strengthen your accounts, be vigilant against scams. And the third thing is to secure your devices and connections. And so, pretty much, you want to secure your devices and connections by number one. For example, if you have a MacBook, or if you have a Android, or you have a iPhone, anytime there are updates that are being pushed out to you, you always want to update your devices automatically. Set it to update automatically, so that way you know that you have the most updated software, because you never know if part of that software update dealt with different security measures and things of that nature. So you never want to drag your feet on updating your devices. You always want to keep your devices uploaded, because oftentimes hackers will take advantage when things have not been updated. It can cause there to be some security issues for your devices. So always take care of that. And then you also never want to use public Wi-Fi. So you may go to the doctor's office, or if you're at the airport, or if you're in a hotel, you never want to use public Wi-Fi, because people can see, or if you go to a coffee shop, you use their public Wi-Fi, other people can see what you're doing. Unless you use public Wi-Fi and you have a VPN, then it will give you some sense of privacy. But even with that, I still would not recommend someone to log on to their bank, as an example, on public Wi-Fi, even with a VPN. Just to be safe, I would recommend that you pretty much just use your data and use your internet that is on your phone without using public Wi-Fi if you needed to log into something important such as your bank. And then you want to also install reputable antivirus software, and have a firewall to protect yourself against any malware. So those are all three ways for you to stay safe online. And I hope that you will do some of those things, implement some of those things as soon as possible, and continue to be vigilant in keeping yourself safe online by engaging in these particular practices that I shared. So, one more time, strengthen your accounts by using strong, unique passwords, using multi factor authentication, regularly reviewing and changing your passwords, not clicking on any attachments or any links or anything that may cause your system to become infected by others due to it being a phishing email or a hacker trying to gain access to your information, avoiding websites that are not secure. And then you want to make sure that you always keep the latest software and security patches up to date for all of your devices. You have a firewall to protect you against malware or antivirus software on any of your devices, and that you use a secure network rather than public Wi-Fi. If any of this information was helpful to you, please like this video, please share it with others, and it doesn't cost you a thing. I even ask that you subscribe to this channel if you believe this information is very helpful. And I also just share information if you are an educator with different educational tools that teachers may use. And I hope you have a wonderful evening, day, or week, wherever you are in the world. Take care.